Hello, and welcome to this video on Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2016. My name is David Mockray, and I'm a CRM consultant with Magnetism Solutions in Auckland, New Zealand. Magnetism is a Microsoft Gold partner for Dynamics CRM. It's December 2015, and Microsoft have just released Dynamics CRM 2016. There's a huge number of new features, but today I wanted to focus on just one: the setting of business processes using workflow. Up to now, if you had more than one active business process for a particular record type, you would have a default, and that default would be added to any newly created record of that type. So, for example, you may have two business processes for opportunities, one for domestic sales and one for international. If the majority of your sales are domestic, it would make sense to have that business process as the default. However, if you wanted to change the business process for any opportunity, you would either have to do that manually or have a developer write some code to do it automatically. With CRM 2016 that has changed, and you can invoke the allocation of a business process to a record with a simple workflow. Let's see that in action. I'll use the domestic and international sales process example mentioned already. So this is CRM 2016. Here's an opportunity record, and as you can see, it is currently running the domestic sales process. If I want to change it, I can by selecting Switch Process. If I go into Settings and into Processes, let me just bring up the business process flows. Sort these by entity so we can see the two opportunity business process flows together. If I open up one of them and look at the order business process flow, you'll see there the domestic sales process is at the top. So this means this is the one which will get set when you create a new opportunity. So let's see that in action. Now, I've added a custom field to this entity called Sales Type. It's an option set with domestic and international as the options. I've added this field to both the main form and the quick create form. So if I create a new opportunity, I'll just call it new op 1. I'll give it an account, select one of the sample records. Now if I save that and I view the record, I can see that it's set the domestic sales process as the default. Now I've created a custom field called Sale Type. It's an option set and it's got two options, domestic and international. I've added this field to both forms, the quick create and the main form. And don't know if you saw earlier, but there it's there. I'm going to create a workflow to set the business process to international or domestic depending on how that field is set. So let me just cancel this. Go to Settings, Processes. Select New. I'll give it a name. Set the category to Workflow. You've got the option of having it run in the background or not. I will not make it run in the background. This will run synchronously, just so that it will run quicker for the purposes of this demo. You could do it either way in real life. Set the entity to Opportunity. I select OK. I'll change the scope to Organization, because I want it to run regardless of who does it. And I'll set it to start when a record is created, and also when record fields change. And that will be the sale type. Now I'll add the workflow logic. So add a check condition. Select this to check the sale type equals domestic. Save and close that. Then we add a perform action step. And the action is set process. The entity will default to none global. Set properties. Then we simply look up the process that we want to set. It's going to be domestic sales process. And in the target, we simply set it on the opportunity itself. And we save and close that. Then we create a conditional branch and set the conditional branch condition sale type equals international this time. Save and close that. Now we set another perform action, and this time the action will be to set the process to the international sales process. Everything else is exactly the same as the previous perform action step. We save the workflow, we activate it, we close it. So let's see this working. I select Quick Create for the opportunity. I'll just call this one New Op 2. And the account I will set to be Blue Yonder Airlines. And this time I'll set it to be international. Now remember, the default business process is still the domestic. If I save this and I view this record, you'll see that it is set automatically to the international sales process. Now this will work if the opportunity changes from international to domestic partway through. If it was accidentally set to one and you set it to another, we just do that, we save it, we'll just go back into it. Now when I go into New Op 2, because I set the sale type to be domestic, the process flow is now domestic. So this is a very useful new feature. Please check out some of our other videos on our YouTube channel or our blogs on our website. Thanks for watching. Happy CRMing, everyone.